But 12, we will get started with the session.
Viraj bhai, I think we have 3 minutes over. We should start.
Yes, perfect. All right, Pram, everyone. Good evening to one and all present in India, and good morning, good afternoon to people in US, UK, Canada. Welcome to this session on pre-departure orientation. Let us all join our hands and begin this session with three Navkar for Manglik. Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayaryanam, Namo Uvazayanam, Namo Loe Savva Sahunam, Eso Panchanamukaro, Savva Pava Panasano, Mangalanam Cha Savvesim, Padamam Havai Mangalam, Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayaryanam, Namo Uvazayanam, Namo Loe Savva Sahunam, Eso Panchanamukaro, Savva Pava Panasano, Mangalanam Cha Savvesim, Padamam Havai Mangalam. Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayaryanam, Namo Uvazayanam, Namo Loye Savvasahunam, Eso Panchanamukaro, Savva Pavapanasana, Mangalanam Cha Savvesim, Padamam Havai Mangalam. All right. Welcome once again, and thank you everyone for showing up on Saturday night. We are extremely delighted to have you all join us tonight. We have planned to make the upcoming 90 minutes very fun and worth your Saturday night time. So the intent of this session is primarily for you all to meet and engage with our community in outside of India, be it in UK, US, or Canada. Build those early relationships and leverage these relationships for your development, for our development, and the growth of our whole community. So let's get started, and we'll have Amit Bhai, who is the leader of Employment Exchange in India, who will introduce us with Jain Alert and its activities, and we'll start the session from there. Pranam, Amit Bhai.
Pranam. Hope all of you are fine. Jain Alert Group, the whole objective and the motto is to empower our bright youth. You are the Samrat, Param Pujya Acharya Dev, Hemratna Suriswaji Maharaja has found this group almost 40 years back. 40 વર્ષ પહેલા એક નાનકડા બીજથી જેની શરૂઆત થઈ આજે 40,000 યુવાનોનું એક વટવૃક્ષ થઈને જીન શાસનના બાગમાં પોતાની મહેક પ્રસરાવી રહ્યું છે. નામ છે જૈન એલર્ટ પ્લસ centers within Barni Shakhao, and our great proud and pleasure of the Jain Alert Network within USA, Canada, UK, and it's rapidly growing across the world. Jain Alert Group of India के वर्तमान मार्गदर्शक है सरस्वती लब्ध प्रसाद परम पूज्य आचार्य देव श्रीमद विजय रत्न सुंदर सुरीश्वर जी महाराजा, a great visionary Gurudev, an orator, a great writer who has very recently accomplished writing of 400 plus books on various subjects of stress, happiness, family, Jainism, and so forth. जिनके लाखों जैन फॉलोअर्स इंडिया में हैं और करोड़ों अजैन फॉलोअर्स पूरे विश्व में हैं। सम्मान पद्म विभूषण गुरुदेव परम पूज्य महाराजा जैन एलर्ट ग्रुप के प्रेजेंट, जैन एलर्ट ग्रुप की मुहिम, जैन एलर्ट ग्रुप की एक्टिविटीज, इनिशिएटिव्स, प्रोजेक्ट्स, इसके मार्गदर्शक विजनरी गुरुदेव, उनकी निश्रा में, उनके मार्गदर्शन में हर एक इनिशिएटिव का कार्य शुरू होता है और संपन्न होता है। आजीवन सेवा के बेखदारी प्राणी मित्र और जिन शासन रत्न, वैसे श्रीयुत कुमार पाल भाई वी शाह जैन एलर्ट ग्रुप के प्रेजेंट मेंटर है। यूथ एम्पावरमेंट की एक बहुत बड़ी मुहिम युवाओं को अपने ही घर में, परिवार में, संघ में, समाज में और शासन में मजबूत बनाकर, उनके फाउंडेशन को मजबूत बनाकर आने वाले 25-50 साल के लिए श्री संघ की धरोहर को निभाने का कार्य अविरत जैन एलर्ट ग्रुप के युवाओं के माध्यम से हो रहा है। और ये कार्य के मार्गदर्शक है हमारे मेंटर, हमारे कुमार पाल भाई वी शाह। और इन 40,000 युवाओं को जिन्होंने एक धागे में बांध के रखा है, जो ये 40,000 युवाओं की ऊर्जा के प्रतीक है, वैसे सल कल्पेश भाई वी शाह जैन एलर्ट ग्रुप के सर सेनाधिपति है, जिन्होंने अपने जीवन में आई थिंक मोर देन हंड्रेड्स ऑफ क्रोर्स ऑफ रुपीस का डोनेशन सिर्फ और सिर्फ साधार्मिक वात्सल्य के लिए किया हुआ है, जिसकी न कोई प्रचार, न कोई प्रसार, न कोई मीडिया, न कोई तख्ती, न कोई बोर्ड, सिर्फ और सिर्फ साधार्मिक परिवारों का उत्थान और उनका सम्मान। ऐसे कल्पेश भाई वी शाह जैन एलर्ट ग्रुप के सर सेनाधिपति है। साथ में हमारे पुण्य श्रावक श्री जयेश भाई बंशाली अहमदाबाद से और श्री नीलेश भाई शाह मुंबई से हमारे वर्तमान सर सेनाधिपति के रूप में कल्पेश भाई के साथ कार्यरत है। जैन एलर्ट ग्रुप की अगर एक्टिविटी के बारे में बात करें तो जिन शासन के सातों क्षेत्रों, जीवदया और अनुकंपा के सभी कार्य 40,000 युवाओं और 400 सेंटर्स के माध्यम से अविरत हो रहा है। पिछले कुछ सालों में युवाओं की प्रेजेंट कंस्ट्रेन, युवाओं के एम्बिशंस और युवाओं की शाह के मार्गदर्शन में हमारे गुरु की एक नई मुहिम की शुरुआत हुई। एक ऑर्डिनरी युवा को एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी लीडर बनाने के लिए फ्रॉम द एज ऑफ 18 till the at each milestone जैन अलर्ट ग्रुप इन युवाओं के साथ खड़ा रहता है. When we talk about choosing a specific stream in the education after the standard 10th or maybe after the standard 12th, Jain Alert Group has an initiative called Alert Employment Exchange, Alert Vyapar Organization, Skill Development Workshops. इनके माध्यम से जैन अलर्ट ग्रुप इन युवाओं का इंटेलेक्चुअल, सोशल और प्रोफेशनल बैकग्राउंड को मजबूत करता है. आई एम वेरी हैप्पी. आई एम अबाउट टू कंक्लूड my thought, my speech, but I am so very happy that you all are going to be there in the network of Alert, where you will be extended wholehearted support, and Alert Team USA will extend you all the necessary cooperation and support so that you can settle, establish yourself, and empower more and more youth so that we can devote ourselves towards Sri Sangh Seva, Jin Shashan Prabhavna, humanity, and youth empowerment. I think this is a little bit of introduction. I'm concluding my speech. Pranam to everyone.
Thank you very much, Amit Bhai, for a very detailed introduction about alert and alert activities in India. With that, let's move on to Alert International, what we see as an organization, what our goals are, and we have Nirud Bhai with us, who will briefly talk through about Alert International. Ram, Nirud Bhai.
Pranam, Jai Jinendra, everyone. So alert. What is alert, right? Amit Bhai did pretty nice explanation, the base foundation, how we started the alert and the whole journey, where we are in India. What we are doing at international level is extending our reach from India to globally. Anywhere in the world, whether it's UK, US, Canada, or maybe near future, other countries like Australia or New Zealand, we are extending our network across the globe, right? With the vision and following the principle of alert, what has been already established in India. Our vision is making sure that we uplift our Jain communities across the globe by providing simple but still elegant platform to drive Jainism-based foundation. Along with that, our emotions, spirituality, and professional networking. Supporting the youth and our Jain Sadhar mix is part of our vision, and that's our foundation. And we're going to be continuing at the international level. What is our mission? Is focusing and supporting our Jain youth to accelerate in all the principles of Jainism, and at the same time, professionally, emotionally, financially, and along with that, spiritually. This is something what we have started as part of our journey since past couple of years, and we are going to continue by taking support of next generation. We took the first step, and we already have our youth leaders continuing the journey. So when we started back in 2021, that was our first batch. When we started, we had no idea that whether we are going to get through where we are today. But at the same time, what we are doing is we are providing a platform to our youth and next generation. Viraj Bhai is one of the leader who came as a student into United States. And right now he's leading and supporting the next generation. So he was the first batch student, and now he's already supporting to follow student members in Jain Sadhar mix, right? So that's what our goal is. We want to continue the journey. At the same time, I want to take an opportunity and providing you one advice, which is very, very important. and this is humble request, please, if we are planning to come to US, taking a debt of lakhs of rupees, whether it's US, UK, Canada, or anywhere else in the world, you should stop doing that. ઇન્ડિયામાં જે આપણને મળે છે એ એબ્રોડમાં તમને નહીં મળે. And at the same time, you can take, and which we will discuss probably in the breakdown session with each of the students' opinion. અહીંયા simple life નથી. You will have to struggle. We are there to support you, definitely. If you're going to make it here, we will be there to supporting you, to giving you guidance. But at the same time, you should not be taking over debt and making stressful life for yourself and the parents back home as well. You must consider that before you make any decisions. So this is something with that I want to conclude. We'll discuss more into breakdown sessions. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Nirit Bhai. So that's a brief introduction to Alert. And as Nirit Bhai mentioned, we have several activities here and you can get support, stay connected. Alert Dost is our flagship initiative. You already had this link to register and probably many of you would have. If not, you can scan this QR code, which will take you to the Alert Dost registration website, and you can sign up so that you're already connected with the team in whichever country you are traveling to. You can take a screenshot, or I'll wait here for 3 seconds and then we'll move on to the next part. All right. Let us begin with introduction of our veterans for today's evening, our Dost members. So who are Dost members? What is Dost? So we have a diverse pool of students from most regions of UK, Canada, as well as US. So feel free to note their contacts and bug them for like guidance or support. And we'll also have breakout rooms later so that you can connect with them and ask questions if you have any. So we'll begin with introductions. The student leaders, please unmute yourself and quickly just say one line about your name and your location, and we'll conclude introductions really quickly and move on with the event.
Pranam, my name is Anand. I'm based out of London right now.
Pranam, I am Dhruv. I am in Toronto right now.
Pranam, everyone. Hi. This one. Pranam, everyone. I'm Ronil Shah. I am in London right now.
Hello, everyone. I'm Harsh, and I'm in Canada right now.
Pranam, everyone. I am Ruchaksha and I am in GTA, Greater Toronto area right now. Thanks.
All right.
Pranam, everyone.
Left
my
to
name is
right
Parth.
and top to bottom. Yeah. Go on.
Yeah, Pranam, everyone. My name is Parth Singh. I'm from Philadelphia, US.
Pranam, everyone. My name is Chintan Vora. I'm currently in Houston, Texas.
Pranam, everyone. My name is Tanisha Shah and I'm currently in New York.
Hello, Pranam, everyone. My name is Harsh and I am in Boston, Massachusetts right now.
Pranam, everyone. My name is Kaivan. I'm in New Jersey right now.
Pranam, everyone. My name is Kunal. I am in Philadelphia right now.
Pranam, everyone. My name is Bansri Kothari. I'm based out of Texas.
Pranam, everyone. I'm Karsha Mehta. Currently, I am living in Los Angeles, California.
All right. So again, this is me. I'm Virat Shah, originally from Vadodara, Gujarat, and here I am a proud Alert member. Currently, I'm in North Carolina. And yeah, I cannot resist to express how grateful I am to have been introduced with this community. And yeah, I'm proudly say that I'm a proud Alert member. All right, that concludes our introductions, and let's dive straight into the session for which we are all here today. So we are here, every one of us you saw introduce us. We are all here to tell our stories and experiences that we had in the past year or couple years or so since we arrived here. So we see our journey when we look back as all these different stages that we've gone through. So it begins with arriving in this new country, then getting started with the university, getting acquainted with the surroundings, understanding and fitting into the new culture, and again striving for the best for which we are all here, right? We are all here to make our careers, and then finally making our way to the personal definition of success. What success means would be different for everyone, but we are all here for that. So a part of this is also to get acquainted and like just understand how we can survive well in this new place that we are moving into. So we have speakers tonight to share their experiences in all these aspects individually and sequentially, so you can understand and just it will be a glimpse of what you are going to face in a couple of months. So let's get started. Let us begin this journey of moving abroad for higher education, let's say. And to get started, please welcome Harshbhai, who will take off our journey from India.
Thank you, Viraj Bhai, for giving this great platform. Hello, everyone. So as our experience starts with the arrival, the first and the foremost thing, you guys must be excited to be here, but we guys are also excited to see you here, join our team. And for this process, a warm welcome to everyone. First of all, I will start with my visa journey. It was very fast for me, very last moment decisions, but it was good. So for the best suggestion I would give for the visa is be calm and confident. Give straight answers to their questions. Be confident at every point of time. You don't have to worry. I know you must have heard many rumors about many such stuff, but if you are good with your documents, you are good with your answers, prepare thoroughly for interviews. Read as much as feedback interviews you can get from Telegram groups or WhatsApp groups. I used to do that, and through which I used to know that what questions can be easily asked or what are the questions which can be expected. So go for it. Be confident and give straight answers. That was my suggestion, given from many of my seniors, and that's what I did. So done with that. You are good with your visa. Next thing I suggest for the bags and all, please have an identifier with your bag that you would know at very one glimpse that it is your bag, and you would know that at every places that you have yourself kept your identification in that particular bag, that this is your bag, so you would be easily to take it. I would highly recommend to get an shoulder bag, extra shoulder bag, which is allowed in every of the flights, just to keep your passport, I-20. Once you check in your bags, your boarding passes. These three are the most important things you should have with yourself at every point of your time. Right from start of the journey, you enter the airport till the landing, even in layovers, wherever you are. Once you check in your bags, once you give in your bags, they will give you the boarding pass and a sticker, which is one sticker which is attached to your bag and one for yourself. So you know that which bag is of yours, and just in case anything goes wrong, you have that identification of that bag. Do check with your flight courier that how many bags are properly allowed. I myself traveled with Qatar. Officially on their website, they say that just 2 bags allowed, but for students, they give 3 bags. So it's a big help that I got one extra bag of 23 kg. So do check with that. I had kept some extra chocolates and peppermints for the journey. Just I was cautious, so you can take care about yourself. Keep some medicines if you want, but having proper doctor certificate for the same. Next thing was Qatar. Personally, Qatar gave me free Wi-Fi codes for the journey. I am not sure which other flights do give, but have a check for that online. And if you're not sure, give them a call or mail, say to reply back. And if you are traveling from Qatar, I had not got my Wi-Fi codes at very initial moment when I had booked the flight, but when I mailed them, they gave me the codes. So that is helpful. If the flight is not giving Wi-Fi or data, inform your family that you will be offline for this many number of hours, so they are not stressed about it or tensed about it once you board your journey. So do let them know. Once in, if you have a layover, don't turn on your data because it will be very costly. Most of the airports have free Wi-Fi, so use them. Um, and even if you have a longer layovers, do care that where are you sitting or where are you going through, so you know that your surroundings, and once you know what your gate you have to board from, be around that part so you don't miss any of that part. Next thing is, when you land into US, first you will face is immigration and security check-in. So take care about it. You must be very clear with how many cash do you have, what address are you traveling to in US. So have a handy address that where are you going to, have your friend's number, or also make sure that who is coming to take you from the airport. So be clear with that. Have your passport I-20 again, you will need there. Once you come out of that process, a big culture shock for me was the trolley for the bags which we have at the airport in India, just on the roads, or just kept there. In USA, we have to pay for the trolleys on the airport. So have your Forex card with you. Don't forget your Forex card. It will cost you few bucks on the airport to get that trolley for the bags. So don't worry about it. I think most of you guys will bring 2 or 3 bags, so it will be a need. So have your Forex card handy. And another big culture shock over that was that on every transaction in USA there are no OTPs. You just tap your card or swipe your card. So you will be done, your transaction will be done. So take care, where are you swiping your card or where are you using your card. and and that's it. Once you are into US, I hope your friends or someone would be there to pick you up. If not, then do check where is the Uber or any of the cars pickup point. I had landed in Boston. I had landed at Terminal E, and the Uber pickup point was like 20 minutes away from that terminal. So also take care if your friend is booking an Uber for you or something. So reach there and then book an Uber, because here cancellation just goes of the Uber in like 5 minutes or so. So yeah, this is overall my journey. I would like going ahead with Parth Bhai, and any of the other members want to add anything here, or if I've missed anything, to add. Thank you, Viraj Bhai.
Yeah. All right, quickly just adding one thing to everyone, please make sure you have finalized your housing and destination while in India already. That's a question that they generally ask at the immigration interview at the port of entry, whether you'll enter in US, UK, Canada, everywhere. You should know where you're going, and remember the address. If not, note it down on a piece of paper or on your phone, so when they ask, you have a confirm answer about it. Also, on that note, it is a very big, like, these countries are very huge, and our community, we are just growing and still developing, so we do not possess the capacity to directly provide assistance with housing or looking for housing or supporting accommodation in any ways. So please make sure you have that. We are here to help you, guide you, but we won't be able to like completely provide you direct accommodation in US or UK or Canada, anywhere. So just make sure those things are taken care of before you fly out.
Yeah, and just couple
yeah.
couple things I want to add. One, as Harsh rightly mentioned, that make sure all the documentations that you have should be with you all the time in your carry-on bag and not in the 23 kg bag. Make sure that thing. And the second thing, as housing mentioned by Viraj, what we can do is Facebook is the best, I would say, the option right now. Like you can there are n number of groups on the Facebook which are active for these accommodations and all that stuff, so you can find your fellow members probably going from the same city at the same time to probably same destination. That's how I got my accommodation confirmed. So you can probably tap that source for the accommodation if possible. Thanks.
All right. Anyone else would like to add? Okay. If not, let's move on to the next section. Now that Harshbhai has landed us safely here in this new country, let us welcome Parthbhai to walk us through the initial days at the university and getting acquainted with the place around us.
Thank you, Viraj bhai. Pranam everyone. Welcome to US. Now it's just a virtual session. So whenever you arrive in US, these are the things that you need to look out for. So the utmost important thing is the I-94 when you come to US. So as soon as you land, you will have to get your I-94 in a day or two. So basically, what is I-94? So I-94 is an important document that proves that you have entered the US legally, and it also mentions when you are like which by which date you must leave the US. So it will be mentioned like until admission, something like that. Yeah, so basically I-94 will be required when you go to open a bank account, or maybe in a university, some universities ask for I-94 to get the student ID and all that. The same is for UK, it's BRP. It's like similar as I-94, but it doesn't contain travel information. And for Canada, it's SIN. You can get to know more about the BRP and SIN in the breakout rooms, in specific breakout rooms for UK and Canada. So let's move on to the college check-in process. So the college check-in process is nothing but you just get the student ID. So whenever, as soon as you land, you need to update your address, like house address that is in the US. So like some universities ask to update before you getting the student ID card, or they give you some time, like a week or two, to update your house. If not, like if you haven't decided your stay in the US permanently for 1 year or 2 years, then you can talk with the universities, and then they can accommodate you with something, or they can extend the deadline for entering the permanent address. So yeah, the college check-in process is that's all of it, I guess. The course selection, this is the most important part, because in US it's not like India. You don't have a specific courses that you have to take. There are a variety of options that you can choose from, and the complicated thing here is that you generally, or like sometimes you don't get the courses that you want because the seats are limited and the students are more than the course can handle. So the professors generally give first come first serve opportunity to everyone. So I think because for my university the course selection started from like July starting. So it for your universities it maybe have started from now also. So be like do check in with the professors or your seniors about which courses you want to take, and how's the like what is the course limit, and how frequently it is full before you even get to enroll. There are also some restrictions on some courses. Suppose if you are from the mechanical engineering department or a computer science department, so you will not have access to some courses prior to the suppose you want to take, suppose let's say you're in computer science department and you want to take a mechanical engineering course or anything like that. So the mechanical engineering students will get the first priority to get the enroll in the course, and then if there are seats left, you will get the chance to enter the course. So it is also based on the departments from the which your course the course that you're taking from. Yeah, that's about course selection. It is important, so do take care for it. The fourth is like connection with the professors and the teaching assistants or the researchers there. So in US, most of the universities have research labs and all that. So if you are interested in research, you must contact the professor or the PhDs present in the lab. So like the labs generally have a account or a website on Google. So you can just go there, and then they will have the contact information for that. So you can ask them about what's the research they are doing, and if you're interested in the research doing with them, then you can pitch your profile and how you will be helping them, or why you are so keen to learn about the research that they are doing. So if you're not into the research but just want to know about the academics or which courses to take for getting the industry level skill, then also the professor is the best way to get that information. And the second things are the seniors. So the seniors are the utmost important thing that will be helping you or guiding you in your academic career. So before coming to US, I didn't know a thing about robotics. Mostly I was interested in robotics, but the field is so large that I knew only like 10 to 20%. But after coming to US, I talked with my seniors, I talked with my professors, I talked with the my peers to get to know more about my field. So connecting with them is most important thing. And the way you connect with them is that like you can just email the professors, or maybe you can send a LinkedIn request, and then in the connection request you can mention that you are coming from here and you're coming to this university in the fall or the spring. And then if you're lucky, then you will get to talk with them before coming to US. But after coming to US, you can go to their office hours and all that to get more information from the professor or about the guidance you want. The next thing, the most you can say the best thing of the US is the diversity that you get. So you are not just will be interacting with the students from India. So in India, you will be surprised to, like, mostly you don't get to interact with the different states also, like people from different states. But here you get to interact with the people from different nations. So that's the great part, because you know about how they think, how they approach a problem, how they solve a problem, how they do things, that you like. The international students are more basically if they bring the diversity, you'll get your, so like the view opinion, or your opinions will be like fully changed about how you look at things once you interact with the diverse students from across the nation. So yeah, connecting with the students from different nations is pretty important, because you will get to know, like, don't be shy, because I was an introvert. I wasn't able to connect with that many students, but after my first semester, I got in a research lab, and then I knew the importance of talking with them, because the way they approach a problem or way they solve a problem is really good, and their culture, knowing the different cultures is also important, because in US you are not like, you don't have people from same nation. So the culture shock will be great for you guys, because uh, the way you talk, uh, the way you look, way you dress will be all like entirely different. So with talking with the international students, you will get to know about all these things. So the next thing is the career fairs. So just be aware that the career fairs are not the placement uh, drive that you have in India. So here the career fairs are just a way to network with the industry professionals that will come to your university. Be prepared, because the career fair you will get very short time to interact with the individual, because there are a lot of students standing behind you. So be precise, research about the company that you're going to interact with. uh, if you know the employees that are going to come, research about the employees. uh, uh, Basically know what they had done and what they are looking for. And after networking, being in contact with them, because few of my friends got internships and jobs by just being in contact with them. They connected with them on the LinkedIn, and they used to update them about the job opportunities that they have applied for in the same company with the HRs and all that. So due to that, they maintain the relation between the recruiter and themselves. So that really helped them a lot about getting a interview or callbacks. So here you get the callbacks. It's called callbacks because once you have a networking opportunity with anyone, you will get an interview opportunity. And here for engineering, for robotics, like there are several interviews in line. So it's not like one or two, it's many. So the first callback you get will be mostly informal or just about your academics, your resume and project and all that. But yeah, so callbacks are most important. And yeah, we can talk more about interview process later on. The last thing is the student clubs. So if you're coming for masters, student clubs will technical students club won't be that much, like it was not important for me because the academic is itself is so heavy and complicated that you don't get time to participate in the student clubs. But if you are in another field, the student clubs that are doing management, doing finance and all that are really great for you guys. And yeah, that's it, I guess, for me. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to um, share my experience with you guys. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Padpar, for sharing your experiences. Anyone from UK team, if you would like to add anything here, or Canada team, feel free to chime in.
In the UK, I want to add one thing. After BRP, you need to apply for NI number, which is very much important to work anywhere. So basically, if you just go to the Google and write like, I want to apply for NI number, then it will redirect you to the government website and you have to just follow the steps and it will be arrived like within 1 month to your to the address which you are registering. So make sure after collecting the BRP, straightforwardly apply for NI number. Without NI number, you can't do job here.
All right, thanks for
I would
adding.
like to add one thing.
Mhm.
So after entering to US, if you don't have any relatives here and you're trying to book a Uber, so Uber will only accept debit and credit cards. So make sure you have someone book the Uber for you because they will not accept cash in US. So take care of that thing. And yeah, that's it.
All right. Thanks for sharing that. Also, just would like to remind you everyone, please, if possible, turn your videos on so that we can have better engagement. Also, the chat, if you are monitoring, it is flooded with very important tips, advices, and please feel free to introduce yourself so that others can know you. You can meet new people, and yeah, that's how you'll start your networking. All right, moving on with the next section. So like moving to this new country, wherever you're going, UK, US, or Canada can altogether be very overwhelming, especially when like there are more differences than there are similarities as compared to what we have back in India. So some differences are for good. They are helpful, they're making us a better person, they're aiding our personality development, while some differences are just to create confusion. So we have Tanisha with us, who will walk us through all these cultural differences, how we need to acquaint with this and adopt to this new culture, and she has some fun elements for you so that you can see how this new countries create confusion for us.
Hi everyone, I'm Tanisha, and so before I tell you about the new culture, the one thing I really want you to keep in mind is wherever you're going, Canada, US, or UK, do not convert your currencies into rupees. You won't be able to buy things, you won't be able to do anything there. Like, do not think the number in rupees. That is my really like suggestion that everyone should keep in mind.
I'm
And the
still
next,
trying to. I'm here since 2 years. I
yeah,
still multiplied by 7. Started with 72, 75, 80, and now I multiply with 83.
yeah, I still do. I still do, and that's why I'm not able to buy things. So guys, when you come here, just don't do this. And to start with the new culture, this applies to every one of you, whether you're going to US, Canada, or UK. It doesn't like make much of a difference. These are very normal things. So start with gratitude. Gratitude is very common here. Like whenever you go somewhere, if someone is holding door for you, you thank them. If you're walking by and someone comments you, you thank them. If you are in a bus and you get down, you thank them. So this is very normal thing that you have to keep in mind, thanking everyone. And just be great. Like if they are helping you, just be grateful to them. Just don't be like, yeah, I'm done, that's it. So that is the one thing, and it really matters abroad, because people do see, if you want to them thank you, then they'll just be like, yeah, welcome. So they want you to say thank you. Other is courtesy. So as I told you that people hold door for you, so you should be holding door for them too. Sometimes when we travel in bus, there are moments where there are disabled people coming in, so you should give your seats to them. These are very major things that really matters here. It did not when we were in India. Like we never thanked anyone. If you went to buy vegetable, you never thanked the lari wala, thank you for giving you the vegetables. But here you have to do that. That is mandatory. Other is greeting. So that is a very normal thing. Whenever you're walking, someone might just say good morning, or someone might just say, hey, how are you doing? What's up? So this is also a very, very common thing here. You're just out of nowhere, anyone will come you and greet you. So just don't be like, what should I do? Should I reply or not? Just be like, hi, good, how are you? And just end the conversation. There are many people who just come and talk to you as a fraud. So don't go into deep conversations, and don't just tell your details. Just, you should have a mask whenever you're talking to anyone outside. Just don't say your details. That's it. Don't say your person. They might just ask you, where do you live? What are you doing tonight and stuff. So if you know that person and if you want to get along that person, then only say the stuff. Otherwise, don't. And the another is personal space. So personal space, I should be telling you, like in India, when we were together and you want to go out with your friend, you would just go at his place or her place and like, let's go somewhere. Ki, chal, meko yahan pe jana and stuff. Here you cannot do. Even when you are here, you have to text them before calling them. Okay, hey, are you available? Are you free? I want to talk to you. Will you be able to talk to me right now? So these are also, like, it matters. That even when I came here, the personal space did not mean too much to me, but now I'm living here, so even I want no one should directly call me. I want them to text me. I want them they should know my schedule and then call me or stuff. So that matters too. And next, so as you all are coming to this place, so in India, we never see while crossing the road. We just show our hand and start walking. So we shouldn't be doing that here. So one of my friends, I won't tell you, I'll let him say. Viraj, what do you want to say?
Okay, sorry, I was on mute. Okay, yeah, this is first-hand experience. Who did that? It was me. So I'm here sharing it with you. Here, outside India, so when we want to cross roads, there are these signals that we need to follow, like not just for the vehicles, but for walking as well. They have traffic signals. So there are buttons at the corners of street which you press, and then once the traffic is aligned, the signal shows that yes, you can walk. So this is one thing we should be knowing. More importantly, we should be knowing which button is for traffic and which button is for something else. So as you can see in this another video, I was near my university and I pressed this button thinking that it was to cross the road, but actually it wasn't. It was really for university office. As you can see, this reads PY, that's for security, and this color red and white, That's for security. So by mistake, I pressed this button and it got connected to the university police. And yeah, not a mess. I just explained it to them that, hey, I just understood this was for crossing the roads, but realized that later it wasn't. So wasn't big of an issue. But yeah, this is just a fun thing for someone who moved to a new country and happening such incident in this very first week was like quite funny for me back then. But yeah, now when I look back, it's good I have something to laugh upon. So yeah, that's about walking and crossing in this countries.
So as you guys are coming here, you should know wherever you are, like your new place. So all of us, we are speaking a lot. So now it's your turn to say things. So we have shared a screen. So now you need to say what is what. Like I'll just give you an example to go. So there is this picture of a person putting petrol in the car. So in India, we call it petrol or diesel, but here it's known as gas. So now I want you guys to unmute, yeah, like, raise your hand and I'll ask you and say what are the other things that is called here. So who wanna take the lead?
Soda?
I'm sorry?
Yeah, correct. Soda. Someone
Cold
said
drinks are called soda, right?
Yeah. So it's not Coke, Sprite, or Fanta, it's just soda. So whenever you go and buy stuff, just don't be like, I want Coke and stuff. Just be like, I want soda, and they'll show you flavors.
someone in the chat posted soccer. Tanisha, is that correct?
Yeah. Second is soccer. No. So I'll tell you differences. Here it's baseballs and soccer, no footballs and stuff. So just remember that thing. And even if you wanna go like to any sports club or wanna go on the ground and play, just don't be like, yeah, I wanna play football. No one will know what you wanna do. So these are the very normal vocabularies that every one of you needs to keep in mind. So can we move to the next step? Okay, so anyone knows what this is?
UK guys, come on, you guys can also chime in.
UK guys can, yeah.
What is this picture number 6? What do you call that?
So in UK, we call
Yeah.
it as biscuits.
Yeah, so UK it's biscuits, but Canada and US it's cookies. So that
Yeah.
makes it too.
Team US is strong here. They are all acquainted. I'm not sure how are they Googling or just watching a lot of Netflix that they know cookies, batteries and not cells, cookies and not biscuits, gas and
Yeah.
not petrol, soccer and not football.
Football.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
Then the fifth one is battery, but it's cell in UK too. Like UK people, most of them, they do call it cell, but here it's battery. And the seventh one, anyone, it's trash. Yeah. So in India, we just call it dustbin, but here they call it trash. So that is also one thing.
Ronald,
And
what do you call that in UK?
Can you say it again?
What do you call that in UK?
We are just calling dustbin.
Dustbin, right?
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
but
it's trash.
if you want to drink Coke, just call it soft drink here because they are only recognized by soft drinks. It's just a different
Oh,
soft
yeah.
drinks and alcoholic drinks as hard drinks. That's it.
Yeah. It's different all over the places. Okay, fun
Yeah.
fact, since Ronald mentioned about soft drinks and soda. So again, this is not just soda across the US. Within the US, if you go from East Coast to West Coast, or if you go to like some place in Midwest, in Chicago somewhere, they call it with all different names. Somewhere it's called soda, somewhere it's called just flat Coke, it beat anything, somewhere it's called pop. So it's different all across the places. And that's the fun part. All
Pop
right.
is kind of more popular in Canada.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Northern side, so maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Over to you, Tanisha.
Oh, yeah. So fun fact about this. Whenever you are coming here, don't ever take bath outside the bathtub. Always, because in India we have sewage lines outside like our bath too, but here it's just inside. So if you'll take bath outside the bathtub, you'll just have a small pool in each room, and water won't go anywhere. So remember that here only bathtubs has the sewage line. Outside they don't have it. This incident happened with one of my friends, and he just landed here. He went to bath, and he took bath outside, and he just started like shouting like water is not going, water is not going. We all went inside, and then we have to tell him that always take bath inside the bathtub, don't take bath outside. So that is a big deal too. Like, also there are some things like here when you plug in, plugs don't have switches, so wherever you plug something somewhere, just don't roam around finding switches. They don't have switches here. The plugs work directly.
And switch, just one thing to add, like since you mentioned switches work the other way around. So in India, we put it like top to bottom, that's on. Here it's like bottom
Yeah.
to top, that's
On
on.
top it's on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Guys, remember I mentioned some cultural differences just to create confusion. This is where you get started.
One thing to add on, there are no MRPs to any of the prices. Major culture shock.
Yeah,
So
capitalist.
everything has different
Yeah.
price.
And nothing is like with the taxes, just whatever the price is, you have to add the taxes after it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and with the picture that we have on the screen, another thing that I want to mention, that's my experience as well. Like I did the same mistake when I took my first bath in Canada. It's just like keep your shower curtain inside the bathtub and not outside. It is meant to get wet. It's not meant to not get wet, and just don't put it outside. So like most of the people have kind of the vents and all the stuff going into the floor, like heat vents and all that. So make sure there is no water going in there. So just keep your shower curtains in the bathtub. Thanks.
If you are having a liner and curtain separately, then make sure the liner is inside the bathtub and curtain is outside the bathtub.
It's like these are the
unlike
things you'll
UK
know when you'll come here.
So unlike USA, in UK, there are switches, and it is expected of you to switch on and switch off things. So it's considered impolite if you don't switch off things. Shower curtains, I guess, are common here, but in UK you don't have MRP, you have RRP, which means the prices change whenever the shopkeeper wants to. So it is very likely that you will have one price in one part of London and you have very different prices on the other part of London on the same day at the same time. So keep that in mind.
All right. Anything else you want to add, Tanisha?
I want to add for Toronto. Yeah, go ahead, Tanisha. For like Toronto or maybe in Canada, we have to pull strings or press the stop button when you are traveling in public transport, especially in buses, to instruct the driver to stop the bus at the next stop. Otherwise, it will just go ahead and no, it's not like in India that it stops on every bus stop. It just goes ahead. So I learned it the hard way. I missed 4 to 5 stops initially.
This is the same thing in UK also. So UK students.
Mostly in USA, the bus stops, but at even if it does, you need to pull the string in order to it stops the next stop. So pull that string before your stop arrives, one stop ahead.
Yeah, true.
Another cultural shock is here for electricity bill, water bill. They do not call it separately. It's same for everything. It will be called as utility bill. There are no separate names.
Yeah.
You pay for water as well? Yes, you do.
You pay for trash as well.
You pay for trash as well, exactly.
Yeah.
And like when we are saying cultural things, just one more thing to mention, which is typically very opposite from India, even for the Indian people staying outside. So whenever you visit somebody, like let's say he or she is a Gujarati as well, like Jain person, I'm saying, and she's or he's in Canada or UK or US for like more than 15 years, 10 years kind of thing. don't ever call your elder ones auntie or uncle right away. Just make sure, that is a very important thing here, and people do get offended with that. So make sure you don't do that. Here everyone calls by name, doesn't matter what age difference is, but just make sure you don't do that. And if you want to do it, just talk to that person in a private chat, saying that I like, should I call you auntie or didi or whatever, and then call it accordingly, but don't do that in public for sure. So, yeah,
That's true.
Yeah.
thanks.
People also reach out to you like, yeah, don't call me that way in private.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
They do.
So
Okay. Moving on.
Some people do say, please don't call me bhai. So make sure that before
yeah,
you
that's
call
true.
them anything or address, you ask them, can I call you by like this? It's always better to ask them.
Like any other people other than Indian, like anyone from like other than subcontinent, I would say, just call them by name. Like especially all the native ones, just call them by name. No bhai, babi, nothing. But even if like somebody's from subcontinent, then yeah, you can ask them. So yeah.
So another major difference is we in India we just have rupees and paisa, but here we have a lot of things. We have nickel, we have dime, we have penny, and a lot of even still like I'm just here for like 6 months and I'm still not getting these things. So I can understand if you guys won't. But these are the major difference. Like in India, we just had 1 rupee, 2 rupee, that's it. We just used to call it rupee. But here if you have 25, then you 25 like 75 cents, then it's 25 cents, then we call it quarter. But another like you have dime, nickel. So there are a lot of things that and also the another thing you need to keep in mind that it's not, they don't call it notes here, it's bills and bucks in India. I mean, sorry, in America. So that is thing, and I'll forward it to UK and US leaders. They'll inform you about their currency.
That's a good question for professor. Just somebody posted. So make sure, like, if your professor is, let's say, PhD, which will be the case most of the times, just call them by, let's say it's Jeffrey Prist, the name is, then just call Dr. Prist or something, or you can also call by first name sometimes. So like, just feel free to do that. No sir, madam, professor will be accepted here. So just make sure you do that way. But yeah.
I
It
usually go by
depends on your university to university. Make sure that you ask that with your seniors. Some universities you call professor by directly by their name, or you address them as professor and then their first name. So just
yeah.
confirm that.
Doctor is also a safe bet. Most of them
Yeah.
are PhDs, and doctor is something no one would say no for.
Yeah.
So,
Usually in your first lecture, professor will tell you what they want you to call them. So if they don't, just by the ending, just ask them, hi, what do you want me to call you? Or how should I even ask their pronouns? That's a big matter here too. Like, what do they want you to actually call you? So it's she, her, they, them, he, her, his, whatever it is, just confirm with them.
You can ask anything, like feel free to ask is the main thing. Like don't hesitate to ask. Like calling them by wrong name or something will be way worse than actually asking them what to call or stuff. Like
yeah.
in general also, like just try
Yeah.
to be like inquisitive in terms of like even the basic things initially. So that's
Yeah.
fine.
Many a times even people would say your name out loud and then ask you whether they pronounced it correctly or not, and if not, feel free to correct them. They
Yeah.
won't take that as a as an insult, but that would just be a good conversation starter, and then that way you can all call each other in the right way.
Yeah, and the best safe way to mail your professor should be addressing them as hello professor and then their name, and you can write your mails.
All right.
So coming to the UK has much more familiar currency like India. In India we have like paisa and rupees. Here is penny and pound. So if you can see any of the coins is called pennies, and if you can see any of the notes is called pounds. So we do have, like in UK we do have like 1 penny, 2 penny, 5, 10, 20, 50, 1 pound and 2 pound. So these are all coins, and in the notes we have only like 5, 10, 20, 50. So this is whole currency structure in the UK. And sometimes, yeah, in the job they can say like instead of 10 pounds they can say 10 quids, and instead of like 1,000 pounds they can say just 1 grand. So these are some common terminologies.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing that. Let's move on to the next fun section. Over to you, Tanisha.
So let's play a little, like, let's get to know US better. So there's a little quiz. So can any one of you tell me where is the Golden Gate Bridge? Can anyone say where is the Golden Gate Bridge in US, like west, southwest, midwest?
Okay, just a little overview before this. US, and we'll see in subsequent slides about UK and Canada. These are such big nations that they're divided into various sections, and to call it in general just as US would not be like as efficient as calling it in let's say East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, things like that. So in US, you'll generally see it as, let's say, east, then we'll have southeast, then we'll have west coast, then we'll have midwest, and then we also have southwest. So it's divided in 5 major sections. So we have 5 names here for you to guess where these places are, and let's see how well you know the countries where you're moving into. Anyone, feel free to put it into the chat, or yeah, unmute yourself and guess where these prominent or the famous locations are. You would want to visit them in your first or second vacation. Anyone? Golden Gate? All right, Tanisha, I think you should just share the answer.
Yeah, it is in San Francisco. If no one of you knew. So does anyone know where the Grand Canyon is?
Arizona.
Right, it's in Arizona. So let's move to next one. Where is the bin? The cloud gate. Now, come on, guys, you should know this. You're coming to US. You know the bin.
Answer, please.
In Chicago, right?
Chicago.
Yeah, you guys can literally Google it right now.
Millennium Park in Chicago.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, that's correct. And where's the Statue of Liberty? Use your resources. You have Google, you have Safari.
Yeah, someone posted in the chat New York. That's correct.
Yeah, it is New York. And Miami Beach.
Florida, I guess.
Correct.
In Miami.
Yeah, the name says it.
Correct. All right, that's all for USA. Let's move on to the UK.
Yeah,
So basically, UK is divided into 4 different countries, which is called England, Wales, Scotland, and Ireland. Ireland, also called as Northern Ireland, is any word you can use. And in each of these countries, we have like main cities. Like England has like London, Scotland has like Edinburgh and everything. So this is how the combining all 4 countries, how the United Kingdom forms. Is not like, is not only London, like UK is not only London basically nowadays. Is made up of all 4 countries. And yes, these are the very famous places named here. So if anyone have the clue for this.
Honestly, until I saw this map on this slide deck, I thought UK was just London. I'll take a guess for Tower Bridge, even though I don't have to move to London. I'm not moving to London. That's in
Yeah.
London.
I'm just taking a guess. I think Edinburgh Castle should be in Scotland. Not
Yeah.
sure.
Which one?
Edinburgh Castle.
Yes.
Okay.
The other two are not that very well known, the Indian diaspora. But for example, the Giant Causeway is in Northern Ireland.
Northern
And
Ireland,
Mount, yeah, Mount Snowdon, or that is the area called as Snowdonia. It's in Wales, very specifically Northern
is in
Wales.
the
And
and
most
to
probably
correct,
most what people used to do is they would substitute the words England, UK, and Britain very easily. That is not the case. So very specific terms are used. For example, if you're referring to a particular country, then only you call it as England or Scotland. Otherwise, for example, the main, that is England, Wales, and Scotland, they're called as Britain, the main thing. Northern Ireland, if you included, that is the UK. So please don't substitute words here. People kind of consider it offensive and they don't like it, and especially in the northern part of the country, England.
yeah.
Please go ahead.
Just wanted to add one thing here. London basically is divided into the zones. So zone 1 is basically called as Central London, and we do have like 9 different zones in the London. So if you are coming here, this is also one of the most useful information for you. So yeah, over to you, Viraj bhai, and thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Yep, moving on to Canada. For all the Canada students out here, let's see how much you got.
Yeah, so hello everyone. Pranam to everyone. So this is Canada. As mentioned earlier, that yeah, it's a very huge country, like from west coast to east coast. Like if you want to go, like it's 5,000 kilometers approximately or more, I would say. So it's like from going from Gujarat to all the way to Middle East, something like that, and you are still in the same country. That's the fun fact. So also they have different time zones, like all of, I'm not sure about UK, but US do, and so does the Canada. So make sure you follow that. And when you are like giving times to anybody or something, just make sure you mention which time zone you are in and something like that. Coming to this slide, anybody know about like Niagara Fall? Everybody should know, I believe. Like, yeah, anybody up for Niagara Fall?
I hope everyone watches the race, I guess, nowadays. So
Yeah. Yeah. So
yeah, Niagara Fall, US, New York.
no way.
Come on, you
The
guys, come on,
view
it's
from
just men's
Canada side
race.
is way better. View from
Exactly.
Canada side is way better.
They just
Exactly.
say that they have nothing else to say about Canada, so they say Niagara is better from Canada. Guys, come over, just get your visas.
No.
આ બાજુથી પણ જોવો
Come
એક
on,
વખત.
guys. You just
We don't want
created
to
it
get
because
stuck up
you
with
guys were
H1B,
in
right?
So Niagara Fall, as just discussed, is like both in US and Canada. So basically Niagara is in Ontario, which is kind of central Canada, but that's where it is. CN Tower. Anybody up for CN Tower? That's another like a major thing to visit in Canada.
I guess it's in Toronto.
Correct.
Yes,
That's in Toronto. Then another thing is Canadian Rockies. That's very much like very famous thing. Especially anybody visiting Canada will always try to go to Canadian Rockies. Anybody have any idea? It's basically yeah, I would just give a couple seconds here if anybody wants to say where it is. If not, I can. Anyone?
Maybe in Northern Territories. I'm not sure. I guess.
Quite close, but it's probably like, I would say it's in Alberta. So basically they are Rocky Mountains. That's
Mhm.
what we typically call here. It's a mountain range, and people like visit that without fail if they are coming probably to Western Canada or something. So Canadian Rockies, it's very, very famous here on Western part at least. Then British Columbia, like so basically here all the states, especially like I'm pretty sure about Canada, I'm not 100% sure about US, but all the Canadian provinces, as we call here, not states. So that's another thing to look for. Like it's not state anymore, it's a province. And all the province have a different tagline. Like for Alberta, it's Wild Rose County because there is a kind of a wild rose which grows only in Alberta. So that's how we call it that. There is another like British Columbia, and they call it Beautiful British Columbia. That's the tagline for that. And the whole province is actually very, very beautiful to see. There are lots of places to visit, and that's the westernmost kind of portion of the Canada. So that's that. And final one is the Banff. That's, I think, will be a little bit tricky even for Canadian people who are staying in east side, if anybody knows.
It's just a mini Switzerland for us, the band.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So Banff is like in Alberta itself as well. And that's a very good place to visit. There are lots of waterfalls and a national park and all the stuff. But like if you want to go in the leap of nature and then just stay there, that's the best place to go. Simple as that. So those are the 5 main places I believe everyone should cover at least once when you're in Canada. But yeah, so that's Canada.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and you
Thanks.
just get US visa
Wonderful.
and visit US. Sorry. All right.
Thank you.
We need
The
to rush
major
a bit.
okay.
Sorry.
Before we head to career, major difference is that in India it's states and districts. Here it's counties and zones. So make sure that
Yeah,
you
and the directions are really important. Like when you say northwest and northeast, that's like night and day. So make sure you have like proper things for that. So all like every cities and everything is divided in quadrants, and directions are really important here. So just so you know.
Correct.
Thanks.
All right. So in this adventure named Masters or Study Abroad, we'll have Utkarsha been with us to share some of the tight turns, steep slopes, as well as the inversions in the ride that she enjoyed. The ride named Career.
Thank you, Viraj bhai. I'm going to keep it short and concise in the interest of time. Make sure that you are starting very early as soon as you land here. It's not that you're, oh, I still have 1 year left to my graduate, I'll start later, I still have 1 semester. Start as early as you can, start building your resume. Resume is not one-time thing. It's always revisions of refining the resume. It's never perfect. So start on doing that. It's mandatory that your resume has to be 1 page and in a chronological order. So whenever you are enlisting your experiences, those should be in chronological order, meaning your recent one at the top and then moving gradually. Another thing, margins, your resume should be compatible with ATS system, the softwares. Otherwise, even if you have the best resume visually, and it does not pass the software, it's of no use because it will not hand over in a human and you will be automatically rejected. So keep it simple and precise. Do not try to add many visuals, different charts, different tables, because most of these things are not compatible with softwares unless you are trying for any design positions or something. Start as early as you can. Start connecting with your professors, your seniors, your entire network of alumni. They are here for your reference, and here reference is the key. If you want to get into the interviews, as much as you are applying as a volume is your best friend, but you also need to get a reference. It's not guaranteed that if you apply with a reference that you will get an interview, but it increases your chances to get an interview with reference. So try to connect with people. And most of the times, if you're lucky enough and you get a reference from a good person, like who is at a higher hierarchy, you might get the direct interview call, or you might skip one of the interview. That happened with one of my friend at Tesla. He did not even had to apply officially on the website. He directly got the interview call. So make sure that you are referencing or connecting with the right people. And for that, LinkedIn is your key. Try to use your premium LinkedIn. You can use that with Amazon for student ID, or another best hack would be just go change your location to India, pay that premium in INR, and then again convert to US or Canada, whichever you are. So that way it would be cheaper. And use the LinkedIn premium. It will come with around 15 mails that you can send with messages to other people. So try to contact the hiring managers, recruiters, and the direct managers that you will be having to work with. And in order to do all this, the first and basic step would be creating a list of companies that you want to apply for. It's always better to create at least a 20 to 30 companies list where you want to apply, or you want to target these companies, the positions that you want to apply, and then some alumni or contact persons in that, and then follow trying to connect them. It should be a systematic approach. Like already you can see here, start from summer 2023 itself, or for the summer 2023 from August. It's very common to wake up with tons of rejection mails. Do not take it personal. It's normal. It's the part of process. You will get rejection mails, and doesn't matter how many rejection mails you get. All matters is that you get one acceptance. Trust me, that is the position that will happen for sure. When I was going through, I was also going through this process, and I was like, I'm not getting interviews, or even if I'm getting interviews, it's not being converted into the offer. I did do this interview well, but I did not get an offer. It's normal. I was waking up with at least 10 rejection mails every day. So most of the times it's like you apply tonight and tomorrow morning you will rejection and you will receive a rejection mail. So it's normal. Just be calm and trust the process, and be confident that you will make it. Sooner or later, you will get that. Try to get hold of your careers advisors from the day one. Ask them, contact them. The school has all these resources like resume, review sessions, everything. In Alert as well, we have resume sessions. We have our session at every Sunday at 10:30 p.m. EST. Eastern Standard Time. So please join that. All Alert people here are to help you professionally and make you reach to other people. So that will be one of the best part that you can have for your review sessions for the career, and to connect with the people in the industry. So that would be point on. Try to have accounts on LeetCode and HackerRank if you are into computer science and you are trying to practice the codes. That these are better websites. I'm going to wrap a bit soon. And for LinkedIn, it's must that you do not send just directly the request. Send it with a personalized note that hi, and be clear why you are connecting with them. In that request note, and it should be short and simple. And use the desktop version of LinkedIn because it's more easy and user-friendly compared to the mobile app. It helps you better. I would, and prepare along with that, also prepare a list of your situations. So all interview answers, you need to give them in a star format. Even when you are developing your resume, your experience should be in a star format, that it explains your situation, what task it was, what action you did, and what was the result of it. So make sure that it's consistent. Try to prepare a list of stories that these were the events and how you succeed in that. It's must have for interviews. All the questions you need to answer in star format, and it's better that you start developing your stories. Like the questions like, what was the time when you failed? What was the time when the best project that you led, or the failed project? So for that kind of things, you need to have your stories. It can be from any experience, just has to be articulated in a star format, which can give them the impact. Doesn't matter what you did. It should be like nicely articulated that the person understand, okay, you know this, and use all keywords in the job description. Now I would hand over back to Viraj Bhai. We can have huge discussion on career later on, maybe in breakout rooms. Back to you.
Perfect. Thank you very much for sailing us through this ride called career. This was just an overview. I know it was pretty detailed, but trust me, trust us, trust everyone. It's a lot more, and we'll talk about it once you're here on the other side. All right. So moving on to the next part. Having talked about all these fun experiences and let's call them our hard-earned learnings, don't you guys think about this very obvious question that why do we want you to succeed? Did anyone among you think why are we all doing this? If not, or if yes, then here's the answer. So we Giants represent just 0.06% of the population globally. And the thing to note here is that too is declining. So it is upon us, you, I, and all of us to preserve Jin Shashan. On that note, I would also encourage all of you to pledge to support and aid in the growth of our Shashan. If you're wondering how, we have several initiatives going on and we'll have ample opportunities for all of you to engage and participate in them. So you can participate in these activities. If not, you can also be a part of organizing these activities and develop your leadership skills. So based on the country where you go to, like US, UK, Canada, all of them have several initiatives going on. This Alert Jain Ambassador Yojana is also one of the initiatives from India. We also have that here in the US. And you can go onto the website and read more about it. And there are several others. This is just one of them. So make the best out of your development, personal development, career-wise, professional development, as well as your spiritual development. As a last remark, here are our social media handles. Follow us, be a part of the LinkedIn group so that you can very well know about what activities are happening, as well as you can get to know about the professional opportunities that are coming up. There's also a WhatsApp group which is very active and to which all of you all will be added once you are registered on the Alert Dost website. So WhatsApp, Instagram, LinkedIn, stay connected with us on all the platforms. These are the barcodes. If you want, you can take screenshots or scan and yeah, follow us on Instagram, LinkedIn. Feel free to join the groups. All right, with that, we'll have an opportunity to connect at a local level. Moving on to the section for which we are all waiting for, we'll break out into regional breakout rooms. For example, separate one for UK, Canada, and then several breakout rooms for different states in the US. So utilize this opportunity to connect with your peers as well as the experienced friends like us who are in these new countries. And this will also be a good place to ask questions which are more specific to that region rather than at a global or national level. So this is the final part of the session. Let's break out into breakout rooms for maybe 10 minutes. And yeah, I'll see you guys all back here in about 10-15 minutes. With that, in 5 seconds, I'll open up the breakout rooms. You'll see the names of regions. Feel free to join whichever is most relevant to you. And there you go. Um, guys here in this general room, feel free to join any of the breakout rooms if you would like. If not, please let us know what locations you are at so we can connect you with the relevant breakouts if you'd like to connect. Harsh bhai, Priyansh bhai, Siddhpura bhai, Shrey bhai, Siddhansh bhai, Naitik bhai, Shrey bhai, Harsh bhai, do you guys have any questions? Where are you moving to? US, UK, Canada? All right, where are you guys from? Which breakout rooms have closed and our people are here? Texas, I guess. What other?
New Jersey is also closed.
Okay. Okay, let me just take a tour to UK and Canada breakout rooms, check where they are, and probably we should be here back here in 2 minutes, everyone, and we'll wrap things up. All right, we are closing the breakout rooms. Everyone should be here in next 60 seconds. And yeah. All right. For the participants who are here, how were the breakout rooms? Did you connect with your peers in that specific region, get their contact details, at least LinkedIn, WhatsApp numbers, so that you can bug them later for questions?
Yeah, I actually need contact details for Drusha so that I can get in touch.
Perfect. Yeah, I think with that, the breakout rooms are closed now, and let's conclude the session. Welcome back, everyone, and thank you very much for your time. We really hope you guys enjoyed the session. It was a bit of enlightening as well. We hope we shared some valuable experiences, knowledge with you, and you learned something. We'll end the session with Manglik, but we are still here for any question answers, or if you want, we can open up the breakout rooms again as well. So yeah, with that, we'll just join our hands for Sarvamangal and then conclude the session formally. Sarvamangalam Sarvakalyana Pradhanam Sarvadharmanam Jainam Jayati Shashanam. Thank you everyone once again. And yeah, we are still here for any question and answers you might have. Yeah, feel free to reach out. I'll stop sharing the screen. You guys can turn your videos on. This can just be casual conversations, just say hi, hello, or anything like that. And if you have any questions, get our contact details, get in touch. And trust me, that will be very helpful. If you do not have any questions, feel free to drop off the meeting. And yes, let's stay connected. Join the LinkedIn group, connect with us on Instagram, follow us on Instagram. And shortly, you'll also be added to the WhatsApp groups as soon as you register.
Hey, hi. So I have registered, but I have not yet joined the WhatsApp group. So is this something you will do starting now?
Yes, so after a while, like the registrations are open, but after some time, once it is closer to the university starting or closer to when the people are flying out, that's when we'll start adding people to the WhatsApp groups. Or alternately, you should have received, or if not, you will receive that email which will have a link to join the WhatsApp group once you registered with Alert Dost.
Okay. Yeah, I had registered a couple of days back. I've not yet received the email.
Yeah,
But
you'll
yeah, I'll
receive
look out
that
for
shortly.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
thank you.
yes, get our contact details, get connected, and if it's still not added, or if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to us directly as well. That's completely fine. Since we are here, we are connected, and yeah, feel free to reach out to us directly. No one had questions about cooking. Are you all expert chefs?
No one had any issues with food, where to find, what to do. They are all expert at getting it from home, maybe.
I guess we'll have to learn from them.
Or maybe, yeah, find these people and contact them. Hey, if you have space in your bag, bring this nasta for me. All right, we'll be here for next 2 minutes, and if no one has any further questions, we'll close the meeting. Please stay connected, and yeah, here is my Instagram, sorry, my LinkedIn ID. Feel free to connect, and if you have any questions, anything.
Definitely.
So there's a question from Drashti Shah. Is the experience that we have here in India of any use to get a job in Canada? So I would say the answer to that question would be that how relevant your experience has been in India. Are you gonna switch domains, like going from a software developer to a data analyst or business analyst? So that way, it's of lesser relevance. But if you're gonna stay in the same domain, then it is of course of a lot of it adds value to your resume and overall in finding jobs. So I hope I answered your question, Drashti. Yeah, if you're into data processing, then uh, it's always an add-on value on your resume while searching for the job. So
Yeah, and I would like to add on that, like an internship experience here would be more valuable than India full-time experience anytime. So try to get internship in summer or fall if you can.
And to get that internship experience, the India experience would definitely be helpful.
Yes.
So,
all right, any further questions?
all right, then let's end the meeting formally. Thank you very much once again for sparing your time and joining us. We'll see you on the other side of the ocean in a couple months. Thank you.
Bye everyone.
Bye everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye, everyone.